It has been a soggy day again across central and eastern Kentucky. Straight ahead, we'll track more storms for the weekend.
Flash flooding causes some major problems in parts of central Kentucky tonight. It damaged roads and even led to at least one rescue. Police call him armed and dangerous. They're looking for a man they say has gone on a crime spree in 4 Kentucky counties. An update on the search.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good evening and thanks for watching tonight. Well, we just can't seem to catch a break from these storms. More heavy rain fell across parts of the bluegrass tonight, and that led to flash flooding. Here's some eyewitness videos showing water rushing over Kidville Road in Montgomery County. Looks more like a river. More on that in a minute. But we begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey on this First Alert severe weather day. Chris?
Sam, we had these pockets of very heavy rain producing thunderstorms. You're seeing the video out of Montgomery County. In just a little bit, you're going to see a story coming out of Madison County where in about a 3-hour time frame, we picked up better than 3.5 inches in radar estimating. Look at that, a little better than 5 inches of rain this evening just to the west of downtown Richmond. Richmond proper picking up a couple of inches, but again, a little corridor of steady rains putting down greater than 3 and 4 inches of rain into parts of Madison County. Now that's this evening. Let's broaden out the view, show you the entire region for the entire week. Most areas this week have picked up 2, 3, and 4 inches of rain. You got a couple of those hot spots in there of 4, 5, and greater than 6 inches into parts of central Kentucky, western Kentucky. Some areas radar estimating better than 7 and 8 inches. What are we looking at right now and heading through the rest of the overnight? Rains are not as heavy, but it is a setup that can still pop any shower or thunderstorm that can put down enough rain to cause some local high water issues. Some showers here from Nicholasville back into Harrodsburg, some heavier downpours there. Had a little thunderstorm racing toward Fayette County earlier that is now weakened. Had flooding, by the way, into northern Kentucky, even on parts of I-75 and I-275. Those thunderstorms are now across the river into parts of the Buckeye State. We'll watch some action into southwestern parts of the region toward Nashville. Any shower thunderstorm tonight into tomorrow can produce some additional local high water issues. Here's that future radar through 7 o'clock in the morning. Fairly calm, fairly quiet for the overnight. And then by the time we get toward the middle of the morning, look at that, Sam, we start to fire up more showers and thunderstorms. Coming up, we'll touch on what to expect for the weekend. And I'll tell you, buddy, it's very similar to what we had out there today and really over the past several days.
As Chris mentioned, Madison County appears to be one of the areas hardest hit by flash flooding tonight. The rescue squad tells us a part of Crutcher Pike outside of Richmond was washed away by high water. And the water also made parts of nearby Tates Creek Road impassable. Sabira Rayford has the latest from Madison County.
I'm on Tates Creek Road in Madison County, where rescue teams have been working all day to keep people safe. Paul Green is a member of the Madison County Rescue Squad. He tells us after the heavy rain in Madison County earlier this evening, parts of Tates Creek Road became submerged underwater. He says around 8 o'clock they received a call from a person saying water was flooding into their home on the 900 block of Crutcher Pike. He says the roadway at Crutcher Pike is completely washed out. Liz McNeil lives on Crutcher Pike, and she says they were on the way home when they saw the rescue squad.
We don't drive through running water or moving water, and good lesson for the kids to see because they say there's a refrigerator at the bottom of my driveway right now in the creek at Crutcher Creek, and the road is totally crumbled.
They say the best thing to do is to slow down and drive with precaution. In Madison County, Sabira Rayford, WKYT.
And the Madison County Rescue Squad says that one man is stranded at his home off Tates Creek Road tonight because of high water. It washed out the bridge between his home and the road. No injuries have been reported in Madison County because of the flooding. Now, for the second day in a row, flash floods covered roads in parts of Montgomery County, and emergency crews even had to rescue one person when his car became stuck in high water late this afternoon. Garrett Weimer continues our First Alert weather team coverage.
Neighbors say it didn't take long for Kidville Road to become a river.
That creek, it was all the way up to on the road and pretty high on the road too.
Firefighters rescued a man trapped in his car in the high waters there.
Correct, he was still in the vehicle, I guess trying to wait it out until the water receded. So our personnel geared up with vests and throw bags and I walked out to him to help him from the vehicle.
They say they put a vest on him and waded through waist-deep water to get him to safety.
So he was kind of shooken up, weakened from having to be in the water so long, but he just misjudged the water and drove into it and got stranded.
First responders say the water went down quickly, but it had come up even faster. A reminder always to be aware of how it can happen like that and how powerful the water can be.
And then when you factor in the rain we had yesterday, the streams just filled up really quickly, and it got over the road and came up pretty quick.
It's easy to see how strong the water was even after it went back down into its banks, making folks thankful they didn't get caught in it too.
It was kind of scary because, I mean, we were just by that road and we barely came through without it flooding on us.
In Montgomery County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Now, the rescue tonight in Montgomery County is a great example of how dangerous flash flooding can be. 6 inches, just 6 inches of water will reach the bottom of most cars, and they can float in a foot of water. Here's a dramatization. Water flowing at 7 miles per hour has the same force as air blowing at 200 miles per hour. A car can be swept away in seconds. Remember, we can help you track storms with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. You can also download it for free in the app or Google Play stores. Well, new tonight, part of southbound Interstate 75 in Whitley County is closed because of a crash. It happened around mile marker 19 near Williamsburg. Police say a tractor-trailer and a truck pulling a trailer collided. No word on any injuries. Southbound traffic is being diverted at exit 25. He's now accused of going on a crime spree in 4 eastern Kentucky counties, but tonight police are still trying to track down a wanted man. They've been looking for Tim Lawson for the past few weeks. Police say it started with a probation violation, but police say since then Lawson has stolen nearly a dozen cars in Clay, Owsley, Perry, and Leslie counties. And this morning they say he broke into an Owsley County home. New at 11, Monique Blair talks to the son of the homeowner.
And since that time, he's went mad.
Officials in Clay, Perry, Leslie, and Owsley counties have worked day and night for more than a week now, trying to catch Tim Lawson.
Since Thursday, he has committed 2 armed robberies, 2 home invasions, 3 carjackings, 7 car thefts.
One of those car thefts happened Friday morning. Josh Sebastian says Lawson shattered his mom's back window before going inside her house.
My little brother called me through the Facebook Messenger whispering and saying Timmy Lawson's in the house.
Sebastian says his mom took her gun and shot several times at Lawson, but she missed, and that's when Lawson grabbed her gun.
He holds her at gunpoint and asked us for her keys, food, and pop, and not to call the law, and that he'll leave.
Little Bullskin Branch Road here is the last place officials can confirm Tim Lawson was seen. Officials say he was driving Sebastian's mother's car. State police were able to pursue Lawson, but he eventually ditched that car and escaped on foot.
It is the fastest guy I've ever seen in my life.
Clay County Sheriff Kevin Johnson says Lawson's M.O. is to steal a car, then once he wrecks it, he acts like he needs help on the side of the road. Once someone stops to help, he steals their car.
The police are working hard to find him. You think they'll find him?
No.
How come?
He's too slick for him. He knows what he's doing.
But Sheriff Johnson says the multiple agencies involved in this search will not stop until they find Tim Lawson.
If he would hurt my mom or brother, I wouldn't have laid down. I wouldn't lay down until I found him myself.
In Clay County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Now, investigators say Lawson is armed with guns, and they think he's committing crimes to feed a drug addiction. While they believe he's acting alone, they say people may be giving him rides and helping him hide out along the way. A day after giving her acceptance speech at the Democratic National Convention, Hillary Clinton went back on the campaign trail with running mate Tim Kaine. But Donald Trump says he was not impressed with Clinton's speech. Weijia Jiang has the latest now from both campaigns.
Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton and running mate Tim Kaine hit the road Friday, kicking off a 3-day tour in the Rust Belt, promising to create and keep jobs in the United States.
We're going to make big investments in infrastructure, advanced manufacturing, clean energy technology.
Clinton also took a swipe at her Republican rival, Donald Trump.
The only thing he makes in America are bankruptcies.
Late Friday, Clinton's camp confirmed a computer system used by the campaign was hacked in the larger breach targeting the Democratic National Committee.
Clinton and Kaine are energized after the Democratic National Convention that ended Thursday here in Philadelphia, which drew more overall viewers than the Republican convention the week before.
But Trump bragged to an audience in Colorado Springs that television ratings show more people watched his acceptance speech than Clinton's. He offered his own rating on that.
I watched her last night giving a speech that was so average.
A seemingly scattered Trump jumped from topic to topic, but made one thing clear.
Just remember this, Trump is going to be no more Mr. Nice Guy.
The candidates have 100 days to win over voters before the election. Weijia Zhang, CBS News, Philadelphia.
And as for that computer system hack, a Clinton campaign spokesman said a review by outside cybersecurity experts found no evidence that the campaign's internal systems had been compromised. A victory for Attorney General Andy Beshear today in his legal battle against Governor Matt Bevin over the University of Louisville's Board of Trustees, what a judge ruled in 9 minutes. And then health experts now think that 4 Zika cases in Florida were transmitted by mosquitoes on the U.S. mainland.
It is WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day, and this is likely to roll on into the weekend. Why? Because of situations like what we had this evening. You may go the better part of the day and not pick up on a whole lot like what we had in Mount Sterling and Richmond. Then all of a sudden, Mount Sterling and Richmond, skies open up on us and you pick up several inches of water and you have some flash flooding. Similar setup around here as we go into our Saturday and our Sunday. What are we dealing with late on this Friday evening, rolling into the final few days of July? Wow, summer already just about over on us. All right, let's go into Bardstown. Let's go into Lebanon and Springfield. Some showers here beginning to develop. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't get a lightning strike out of that soon. A little bit of light rain to the north of this mess. This is the new stuff. Here's the stuff that is beginning to weaken a little bit. Still, though, some raindrops on the old rooftops into parts of Jessamine County. South along 27, getting toward Bryantsville, back into the Harrodsburg area, just to the east of 127. Lexington had some light rains west side of town, east side of town. That's fizzling out before it ever gets in to the Hamburg area. Northern parts of Kentucky, at one point tonight, we had some at least minor flooding on parts of Interstate 75 into northern Kentucky. Parts of Interstate 275 up there as well. Those showers and storms have drifted to the northeast into southern Ohio, where they are producing flooding rains. They're not moving very much at all. My concern going into the weekend is that, yes, we can get some scattered thunderstorms out there, but also it is a setup that can deliver some flooding on a little grander scale. All it's going to take is one big complex of thunderstorms to get going, and that is a possibility as we go toward the weekend. Any other severe weather threats are way down on the list. This is all about the tropical moisture that is out there. So a few storms around tomorrow, locally heavy downpours can create some more flash flooding. Sunday, locally heavy downpours can create some flash flooding. Day 1 of August, you know the drill. Some heavier downpours will be possible during that time. I've expanded the hour-by-hour forecast now to not only take you through the weekend, but let's go into the first couple of days of August, first few days of next week, because the setup then may feature some bigger clusters of storms coming at us from the northwest. Concentrate on tomorrow. Little shower, thunderstorm in the morning, then look what happens tomorrow afternoon. Models don't handle thunderstorms well. I know you're sick of hearing me say that, but I got to preface that with every computer model that we show you, because I don't want you just to get too locked into one particular run. Just know that thunderstorms can go up at any point tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. Then again on Sunday, similar setup into the evening. Watch what happens, though, as we go toward Monday. We'll watch the northwestern sky. Look at a little cluster of thunderstorms this model is trying to bring into the region by the end of Monday. Look at our timeline here. Then how about Monday night into Tuesday? Another complex of storms trying to drop in. Why are we going back into that pattern where we watch the northwestern sky? Plains are going to heat up again. We'll be on the eastern side of that, so thunderstorms like to hang out along the eastern edge of any heat, and that's where we may be into the first few days of next week. And then the last few days of next week, Sam, may turn stormier if you can believe that or not, into next week and toward next weekend. Pretty crazy pattern.
Yeah, thanks for warning us about it for the last few days.
Yeah, and next week, we'll say it right now. A week ago tonight, I said I'd be surprised if we aren't talking about flash flooding in the week ahead.
Yeah.
Next week, I'll be surprised if we aren't talking about some flash flooding again.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
You bet.
A Central Kentucky priest using this weekend's big Powerball jackpot to give back to the community. We'll explain how he's doing that in 8 minutes. Today, a state judge temporarily blocked Governor Bevin's executive order that replaced the University of Louisville Board of Trustees. It's a victory for Attorney General Andy Beshear, who sued the governor. The judge's ruling strips the new U of L board of its authority until that lawsuit can be resolved. But it appears an agreement for U of L President James Ramsey to resign with $700,000 will still stand. The governor's office believes the judge's ruling will be reversed on appeal, but Beshear disagrees.
It's not political, it's not partisan, and it's not personal. It's my duty. It's my duty to enforce the law. It's my duty to uphold the Constitution.
In a statement, the governor's office accused Beshear of trying to protect the old status quo, and the governor suggested Beshear step aside or help him clean up state government. Tonight, it appears the Zika virus has arrived in the United States for the first time through infected mosquitoes. Florida's governor says 4 people in the Miami area likely contracted the virus through mosquitoes in early July. Investigators say those patients got sick the following week and were diagnosed a few weeks later. They've ruled out travel and sex as a means of transmission. The patients all worked in the same area. Federal health leaders say they do not expect the virus to become widespread in the United States, but they say we could see small outbreaks like this one. New tonight, charges are being filed against the owners of more than a dozen animals rescued from a Winchester home. According to the Winchester Sun, police are charging William and Heidi King with animal cruelty. Police say the couple live in a home on Melbourne Street where the animals were found last week. Investigators say animal control workers rescued dogs, cats, and rabbits. A Central Kentucky priest hopes his generous gift will bring someone good fortune. Today, Father Jim Sitzko bought 100 Powerball tickets, and he spent the afternoon giving them out to strangers in the Lexington area. Tomorrow's Powerball jackpot is $478 million. He says he wanted to do something different to give back to the community.
The ways that I may give or the ways that I may choose to be kind may be different from your ways because we're all different people. And it's all right, to realize that there are some who go outside of the regular box and norms and can still get good things accomplished.
Father Jim also says this is a way for him to give back what he has received from others. One classy man. Just ahead, another exhibition for Team USA, Rob.
Yeah, the U.S. team in Chicago tonight working its way towards the Rio Olympics. And Mark Stoops at the kickoff luncheon at Commonwealth Stadium saying he believes his team has an opportunity in this season ahead. Sports is next. Are the Wildcats ready to make a move up this fall and go to a bowl game for the first time since 2010? Mark Stoops and his team would like nothing better. Stoops talked about it today at the UK kickoff luncheon, which was held for the first time at Commonwealth Stadium. Stoops has never talked numbers when it comes to wins, but from what he has seen so far, he said his team has given itself the opportunity.
They did what they had to do in the winter, in our fourth quarter program, in spring practice, and we've had a great summer. That's a start to this season. Without that, you have no chance. By doing all those things, doing them as hard as we can, with putting as much into it as we can, it gives us an opportunity. We have an opportunity to go out and compete and play at a high level. I'm not making any predictions, but I like what we've done so far, and we've got a lot of work to do.
The Bengals opening their Cincinnati training camp today, and former EKU tight end Matt Lengel is hopeful of winning a spot on the roster. He signed as a free agent with the Bengals last season, spent his rookie year on the practice squad. Lengel is a big, strong guy, and the Bengals think he can play.
We have high hopes for Matt. We really do. We really have high hopes, and he's one of those guys who you get excited to have the opportunity to play in the preseason and prove that he belongs the opportunity. He deserves an opportunity to stay here.
On to high school football, and the Paris Greyhounds enjoyed their first undefeated season in decades last year. Back in at quarterback for the Hounds, Aaron Maggard. The senior has started the majority of his 4 years, and he brings with him poise and precision.
Aaron, he started as a freshman for me, so he's basically, this is his healthy year this year, so I don't think it'll be too much of a load for him because he's played a lot of varsity ball.
I think the game will be a little bit slower for me. Easier to read the defense, and it'll just come more easy to me. Well, I think this year we're going to throw the ball a little bit more. We got a pretty good receiver in Jacoby Wells, and I think we'll just try as hard as we can.
Team USA, another exhibition game tonight, this one in the United Center against Venezuela. Early on, Carmelo Anthony missing from long range. Rebound out to Kyrie Irving, who buries the three-pointer. Late in the first quarter, Klay Thompson is open from downtown. He delivers the three-pointer. Venezuela played some good defense, stayed close in the first half and into the third quarter, but here it goes down low. DeAndre Jordan slamming it home. DeMarcus Cousins, 7 points, 12 rebounds. The U.S. wins it 80-45. Second round of the PGA Championship at Baltusrol, and they had a rain delay in the morning, but then it turned out to be a beautiful day. Henrik Stenson, coming off his win in the Open Championship, coming out of the bunker at the 8th hole, he shot 67. He's only 3 back. Jason Day on the 14th green, going for his 6th birdie in 7 holes. He fired a 565. He is just 2 off the pace. Jimmy Walker shot 65 yesterday. He was on his game again. His approach shot at the 14th. He finished with a 66, and he is 9 under for the tournament. And Walker is tied for the lead with Robert Streb, the birdie putt at number 6. Streb with a round of the day. A 7 under par 63. So at the midway point, Walker and Streb both at 9 under and a 2-shot lead. Ricky Fowler is in a group 5 back. Jordan Spieth at 67. He's moved into contention. The first 2 balls that Phil Mickelson hit today were OB, but he shot 70, made the cut. J.B. Holmes missing the cut at 4 over par, although he shot 69 today. We'll be right back.
Well, it's a little calmer out there this evening than how the evening started. I say a little because we are still picking up on at least some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Defender Radar Network showing a little thunderstorm that is trying to develop just to the southwest of Danville, right on top of the Washington-Marion County line. We'll keep an eye on that. Any storm that goes up this weekend can produce some local high water issues.
Ground is saturated.
It really is. Parts of Madison County tonight, and in 3 hours, 4 to 5 inches of rain. Big time flooding down there.
All right. Be safe out there this weekend. Enjoy it, and we'll see you back here later on WKYT.